What is going on, everybody? Welcome to today's trade recap. Today is Wednesday, December 31st, the last trading day of the year. We ended up catching a beautiful, beautiful short. Ended up taking it on ES instead of NQ. But a lot of good stuff to go over today, so we will go ahead and get right into it. As always, we will start on our higher time frame and work our way down to build our higher time frame bias. And as you can see, coming into the morning on our 4-hour chart, we have an external SMT. NQ takes this low, whereas ES fails to. So we are showing signs of rejection out of a significant area of price, right? That's the low that traded into that new week opening gap there. And then we can also see this 4-hour candle has been expanding higher. So at the time 9:20, 9:30, when we're building this bias, this candle was trading all the way up here before this wick was put in. So what I said is this 4-hour bearish gap can act as our condition to either frame prices higher or lower. So if we want to trade through this gap, our next target can become this buy side liquidity, which is also previous day high and an unfilled daily gap. So overall, a really, really good draw. But if we want to hold this 4-hour bearish gap, we can look for continuations lower. That's in line with the higher time frame trend here. So coming into market open, we open and immediately start displacing lower. And this is exactly what puts in that 4-hour wick that we were talking about, holding this 4-hour bearish gap, along with holding this 4-hour OB. Right, this is the series of up close candles that led to this bearish change in the state of delivery. So we end up holding that and start displacing very aggressively lower. So here's the importance of being able to flip your bias. Right, coming into the morning, I said I was bullish. We have an external SMT. We're getting displacement higher. But you have to be able to react and adapt your bias to the new data that is being shown you. The market is constantly telling you new information with these new candles. So you always have to be able to adapt your bias. So after this displacement lower, we open up this 5 and 15-minute bearish gap that we retrace into right around 10 a.m. And an important part of this trade is the SMT that gets put in. So NQ fails to come take this intermediate high, and ES goes ahead and takes the high. So now we are showing signs of rejection out of an area we already expect to reject from. So we are just building confluence to the downside. And then we also have all of this LR generated right here that is resting above a London session low. So now we have a good draw on liquidity in line with some heavy displacement, again, adapting to the new information. So entry trigger wise, it is a very simple entry. We just wait for the highest time frame inversion. In this case, that was a 3-minute candle right here. I actually ended up entering on the 2-minute, and you may be asking why. And very simple explanation. The 2-minute is the more discounted array right now. So in a short, this is the fair value gap I care a little bit about more. It is also a more significant fair value gap. The 3-minute was super, super minuscule right here, if you can even see this. So chances are, if we're going to trade through this 2-minute, we're also going to trade through the 3-minute, and it's only a minute apart. So a tiny bit of aggressive entry there. But if we're going to displace through this, the odds of us holding the 3-minute are very, very low. And I didn't want this to leave without me, so I ended up taking the entry on that 2-minute there. We get a pretty decent fill. We chop around for a few minutes on this 1-minute. This didn't look that great, right? We're generating LR here. But if anything, I figured we might go re-sweep this and then finally get our displacement lower. And as you can see, we finally do get that displacement. Our break-even point here, come back, a little bit of a retrace there, but end up delivering that London session low very, very nicely. So overall, a very, very nice trade. Great way to end the year. And as always, if you guys do have any questions, feel free to let me know. I would be more than happy to help. And if this was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.